Now, the thing I'm going to say here, I'm going to be really honest with you. This stuff takes time and it does take work. If you're a busy marketing manager struggling to get through your to-do list as it is, and you're thinking, great, let's do some digital PR, I can probably fit that in. If you're going to do half an hour of digital PR per week, that's not going to touch the side. This is something where you need to dedicate time and energy to on a consistent basis. Thinking about doing some digital PR but not really where to start? Want to get seen everywhere and talked about everywhere that you go? And I don't mean like those horrendous photos from the Christmas party where you were... Well, stay tuned. My name's Tim, I'm from Exposure Ninja, and we've run digital PR campaigns for dozens of businesses, even ones way more boring than yours. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do it, explaining what digital PR is and how your business can take advantage. The main difference between traditional PR and digital PR is that traditional PR is usually targeting traditional media, so things like newspapers and magazines, whereas digital PR is targeting the internet, everyone's favorite. The bad thing about newspapers and magazines, aside from the fact that fewer and fewer people are spending time reading them, is that they're made of paper and that gets stuck in a dolphin's blowhole. Digital PR, on the other hand, as well as being generally cheaper, faster and more accessible for SMEs, doesn't rely on paper, which means it's super sustainable, and Sea Life loves it. Because there are loads of different digital publications out there, there's so many opportunities for SMEs to get coverage using digital PR. So let's look at some of the main categories of digital PR that we'll be covering in today's video. There are really three main types of people that you're going to be targeting in your digital PR. The first type is journalists, so this is going to be people that write in newspaper sites and magazine sites. The second type is bloggers, so people that run a blog, and the third type is influencers, who are usually going to be promoting you on their social channels. Of course, there's a bit of crossover between each of these groups because some journalists are going to write for other publications and might have their own blogs. Bloggers are going to have social channels, and these influencers are also going to have blogs some of the time as well. But really, those are the three main categories of person that you're going to be going after. Now, the exact targeting that's best for your business is going to depend on what you're selling. So really, you want to look at which type of person holds the most influence over your audience. And we'll talk a little bit about going after target publications when we talk about the process that you're going to use to get digital PR in just a minute. Okay, so let's look at some examples. And as we go through these examples, I want to talk about some of the different benefits that you can get from running a digital PR campaign. Now, the first benefit is introduction. So if your target audience isn't aware of you and you want to raise that awareness and get some visibility in front of them, digital PR is a great way of being introduced in the first place. One example of a client where we've used digital PR as a way of getting introduced to a market is this business here. So we're working with them and they're a children's toy company. We've helped completely explode their sales in the first few months, and we've used digital PR to do this by targeting bloggers that have a parent audience, so targeting mummy and daddy bloggers basically. And what we've done is we've sent product out to them, and when you have a look at some of the blog posts and the social posts that have gone out, you'll see people commenting things like, wow, this looks like a great product, what a great idea, I'd love to get this for my son or daughter. And this is people that weren't previously aware of the product who now know it. The best part is though, rather than just running an ad to those people, we're actually appearing in front of them because we've been presented by someone that they already trust. So by going through an influencer or through a blogger who already has credibility and weight with that audience, it's a great way of shortcutting straight into their consciousness because their guard isn't up like if we were running an ad. The next benefit is social proof. If your target audience sees you everywhere, and they become familiar with seeing you everywhere, there's a certain weight and credibility that gives you. Now, one of our clients is an expert in HR and runs a software company called Clear Review, which is in HR. And we've been running digital PR for them for years. Stuart Hearn is the founder and CEO, and we get lots of coverage for Stuart in all sorts of publications because this tells the audience that, hey, this guy is a real authority. He's got lots of credibility in this space. And it's been been really effective for them, both at helping to drive visibility and awareness of Stuart and the business, but also for helping their ranking. The third benefit, which I can't resist talking about being a complete SEO geek, is that getting coverage in these sorts of publications can really help your website's ranking. One company that we've worked with on an extensive digital PR campaign worked in the PPI space, and we got them coverage across loads of different news publications by running studies and surveys, which the news publications found really interesting. And that's a great way of picking up some visibility by conducting your own study. You'll notice if you read a newspaper or magazine, so much of the news actually comes from businesses that have paid a company like Exposure Ninja to conduct a study or a survey, and then that's the thing that the newspaper covers. So it can be a great way of getting something newsworthy to actually get some attention for the business at the same time. So one survey that we ran for this client, it had over 250 different websites covering the story, which really helped their ranking. We took their lead volume from around 30 per day to as high as 400 plus leads per day through improving their ranking using this sort of digital PR. So it can be a fantastic way of getting mentions and links for your business.
Okay, Tim, great. We understand digital PR. How does it work? How do we actually start doing this?
Well, there are 5 different phases. Phase number 1 is a little bit boring. It's the planning phase. No, planning's not boring. Apparently. No, apparently planning's really fun. The planning phase. The first step is you need to work out which publications you need to be seen in. So this is going back to your target audience. 6 questions to ask to understand your target audience and finding out which websites, which social channels, which newspaper sites, which blogs do your audience spend their time on, because those are really the ones that we want to get seen in. We want to get seen where your audience is already spending your time. Another great thing that you can do is Google your competitors' names and see which sites are mentioning them. Also Google your competitors' CEO's name and see where they're being featured as well, because that can give us a bit of an indication about any sites that might be up for running an interview or a feature piece on someone from your business. The next step is to come up with some ideas for an angle that you can use in your PR outreach. It's not enough to just message people saying,
Hey, we've launched a new website,
because nobody cares. It's not enough to say,
hey, we've just launched a new product,
because nobody cares. You need to give them an angle which is actually going to be interesting to their target audience. If I'm running a magazine, I'm not going to be spending my money printing articles about your new product unless it is genuinely interesting. So come up with something newsworthy. Imagine that you're an editor or a journalist for that publication, or that you're a blogger. What would you want to write about? Because if you can pitch them on that, you're much more likely to get in without them having to do loads of work to kind of figure out an angle for you. Step number next is outreach. Outreach is really important. You're going to find the best person at this publication or the contact details of the influencer, and you're going to reach out to them with your idea. What's important here is to get the right balance between being personal, so sending them a personal message, and being concise, because these people are all really busy. They don't need to read your life story. They don't care about your life, to be perfectly honest, and they don't need to read about how you've been following them for 25 years and you think that they walk on water. It doesn't come across genuine. So instead, include some information about why you like their website or why you think it'll be a really good fit for you, and then cut straight to the chase and tell them, we've got this great idea, we'd love to collaborate and get some content on your site. The deal is that these people are busy and they're used to getting these sorts of emails, so you don't need to beat around the bush or feel embarrassed that you're pitching. But at the same time, you don't just want to send some generic template thing that sounds like it's come from Pitchbox or something. It needs to be tailored in order to actually resonate with that person and not get ignored. The next step is to follow up. You're not going to get a yes the first time. You're almost never going to get a yes the first time. You're going to need to be fairly persistent here. Now, there's a difference between persistent and annoying, yes, but we need to keep in mind that the people receiving these emails are extremely busy. They get a lot of this sort of thing. They might be approaching a deadline when you send your first email, so they're just not really in that frame of mind. So you need to gently follow up to remind them and appear at the top of their inbox. I interviewed one of our most prolific Digital PR Ninja's Sam on the Exposure Ninja podcast recently, link in the description, and asked her about how important the follow-up was, and she said it's everything. You really need to be chasing these people because they very rarely give you a yes the first time. And by the way, this is where most amateur digital PRs fall down. They do a bit, they lose interest, something else comes up, and then they forget to do any follow-up, and the whole thing is a complete waste of time. The final step is to monitor and track. When we're doing a digital PR campaign for a client, we keep track of everyone that we've done outreach to, we keep track of everyone that we've spoken to, and we keep track of everyone that's published the content at the end. The reason that we do this, firstly, we want to look at the commonalities between who's posting stuff, because that can help shape our outreach in future. And the second thing is we want to keep the relationships with those people because we might want to go back to them in future. Obviously, we have an advantage being an agency in that we've done this across hundreds of clients over years, so we've got a good base of contacts and we've got a good base of publications that we've worked with. But even if you're just starting out, it's a really good idea to start building your contact list so that you can talk to them in future. Just because someone says no this time doesn't mean that next time you go out to them with a different article idea, they might say yes. How do you measure digital PR success? Well, there's a few different ways of doing it, and your measurement will really depend on your goals. But assuming that your goals are more sales, that's really one of the best things to measure. How many sales are you getting? Now, sales can come from lots of different places, don't forget. So we'll give people a tracking link when we get some article published on their website, and that means that we can track all of the traffic that comes through that link inside Google Analytics, and we have a little UTM code which shows us that it's come from that outreach. You can of course measure the referral traffic that's coming through Google Analytics to see how many people are clicking through the links in the articles. You can of course measure your inbound links through Link Explorer. And then the final thing to track would be ranking. Now, a lot of PR companies will use things like impressions or potential reach or things like this. Now, to me, these are essentially BS metrics, because if you get an article published on Yahoo, they'll tell you that that article has like a potential reach of 200 million because 200 million people use Yahoo every year, or whatever the number is now. Actually, that's kind of a vanity metric. The reality is that number of people didn't see the article, and there's not really any way of tracking how many people saw the article. So we like to measure things that are actually relating to your website. So how much traffic are you getting, how many sales are you getting, and what's happening with your ranking over time. Those are things that you can really take to the bank. Okay, and finally, how does digital PR fit in with your overall marketing strategy? Now, the thing I'm going to say here, I'm going to be really honest with you. This stuff takes time and it does take work. If you're a busy marketing manager struggling to get through your to-do list as it is, and you're thinking, great, let's do some digital PR, I can probably fit that in. It's really important to be honest with yourself. If you're going to do half an hour of digital PR per week, that's not going to touch the side. This is something where you need to dedicate time and energy to on a consistent basis. To give you a frame of reference, the very smallest campaigns that we'll run digital PR on are like 40 hours a month. We have larger clients on 160 hours plus per month. So this is something where there's a lot of time and energy going in from experienced digital PR professionals into getting this sort of visibility. Now, I don't want to put you off from doing this on a DIY basis. You absolutely can. I've done it myself. You really can get results for your business, but it's important to be completely honest with yourself about how much time you're going to need to invest to do this. And also to be realistic. Once you get your first couple of articles, your business isn't going to explode like the volcano in Pompeii. It's going to be something where you're going to build up momentum, particularly for things like improving ranking. You're going to consistently see your ranking improve as you get more visibility. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope that that's whetted your appetite for a bit of good old digital PR, or good new digital PR. If you need help with your digital PR, then don't forget Exposure Ninja has a large and experienced team of digital PR experts ready to help you. The first thing that you need to do is go to exposureninja.com and request a free website and marketing review. Just tell us a bit about your goals and we'll put together a plan with some suggestions on how to achieve them, and they may well include digital PR. So go and do that. It's a fantastic resource and it's pretty much the best thing in the entire world, and you should definitely do it right now. I hope you enjoyed this video though. Don't forget to give it a like, smash that subscribe button until you're down to your elbows and they're just bloody stumps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.